try to find a little bit of that balance, but sometimes a little bit of work requires a little bit of hurt. And one more time, hold. Good. And relax. That's actually moving pretty smoothly. Hey everybody, this is Dr. Warren Kalkstein with Dr. Tag here. She is responsible for saving a lot of animals in the Baltimore region, so thank you to Dr. Tag and Pet ER, the best company out there to go in the middle of the night when you've got an issue that you know you can't solve. Thank you for saving my animals in the past too. And so I am excited. I really get excited to work with you because she's genuinely just enjoyable to be around, as well as she's very focused on her health in a positive way. So running, exercising, and she takes a lot of our strength programming and our conditioning, and she gets programmed from us, and then she runs with it on her own for a little while. So we're in a little bit of a time crunch because of family. You got your little one you got to go do something with, so I'm just gonna stop talking and work a little bit. I'm working on her adductor, I'm working on her quad, I'm working on her pectineus muscle, and then I'm going to work my way up into her shoulder a little bit, and her where she's been having some discomfort and pain, especially with elevating her arm and outreaching her arm with some weight, and that's really been only bugging you when you're working out, right?
Playing tennis, lifting heavy things out of the refrigerator.
This motion in tennis.
Yeah,
and
serving.
And flexion of the hip, shoulder. And then overhead motions, but it's really anterior in the shoulder that it bugs you. We got a little break right now from tennis to start to work on that strain in that shoulder. But yeah, so rectus femoris crosses the hip. She's got pain with reaching her foot out and pushing open a door, or after a lot of lunges or squat-like activities on the floor. And her pain is really localized over the anterior hip and a little bit medial. So I'm going to work my way up there, and I've already kind of pinpointed where we need to focus today. So, Dr. Tag, you can come and see me for a minute, and Dr. Jonathan for a little while.
Like probably 8 years.
Well, you know our office, you know us pretty well. Relative to that experience, just kind of like, I guess when you talk, how about this? When you talk to somebody that's complaining about something, why do you send them our way, or why do you refer them to us relative to that problem?
I feel like you guys are really good listeners, and that helps you identify the problem quickly, and you're open-minded. So some doctors that I've seen in the past, before I kind of explain the whole situation, they feel like they know what's going on. And there has been no problem that I've had that you guys haven't fixed, or anyone I've referred to you. So all those naysayer chiropractic people, I'm like, no, you should go to them, and it has always worked out.
What an interesting thought process relative to manual medicine in America. It's very not much like a thing in other places relative to me being a practitioner that works on the joints of the spine as well as the body. Like I try to be very integrated within our community, right? And I was trained that way as well. But there's a big kind of world out there that just doesn't see it that way. The cultural authority of manual medicine in America is like, it's terrible. There's not much like, oh, it doesn't help. But relative to other countries, it's not the case. So we try to make that like kind of pull back that veil, if you will, and with these videos, and like, hey, I'm doing these things and it's helpful, and there's a lot of good literature and evidence towards it, and especially when you're getting results and you're changing people's health in a positive way. On the back end, you're supporting people with healthy habits too. We try to do that latter part with the gym.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, and nutrition.
And my mom had a really bad neck problem when she came. Like, it was, I guess she would know better than me, muscular, I think. But now she's here working with Jonathan just to do like functional like strength training so she can live longer and be comfortable.
Like, yeah, so like arthritis is a common thing. Like, can you fix arthritis? No. You can't fix arthritis, but you can improve the way that you move around an arthritic joint. And your mom's one of those cases where people have said, hey, you've got arthritis, take this for it, right? This is how you deal with arthritis. It's like, well, it's one way for sure. There's probably a lot of good things out there to that in terms of managing pain and symptoms. But like, let's try to work on this, and it takes a little bit more effort. She's totally stepped up to it, and she's so fun to work with. And I know Jonathan speaks pretty highly of her in terms of her gusto in life. Trying to make a positive change for herself. All right, so working on adductor magnus. This is ART, it's pin and stretch. Sometimes it can be pretty intense, especially in the adductor region. It's just a sensitive tissue.
It hurts a lot, but I will tell you that I always feel better when I leave. So I just tell myself that.
try to find a little bit of that balance, but sometimes a little bit of work requires a little bit of hurt. Just a little bit. Try to be mindful with the touch and comfortable as possible. And then when I'm getting into something like that that's really sensitive, slow down a little bit and let it move slowly under my hand.
That's right where it is. Yeah.
So then we're going to work over to pectineus. I'm going to go to ASIS. I'm going to roll down over rectus femoris, psoas tendon. And be mindful of the tissues here because there's a big artery that sits over there. It can be a little sensitive, but that's a little lower. And so I'll roll on to pectineus and just stretch out. Bring your knee to the table. Good. And relax. And so what Dr. Tag was saying very eloquently is that she can give me direction in the course of her care based off her symptoms or what she's feeling or what's helping her. And I'm really open to having that direction because although I try to be as good as I can with figuring out what's going on, my patients help me out tremendously. Loose. There we go. SC, first rib, shoulder girdle, pec. I'm just feeling how it's opening up, and I'm just getting a little fight right there. I'll get to that. Turn your head over to your right. Good. Rest your body. Hold on to my back. And then let yourself go here a little bit. More hand activity, less shoulder. There you go. It's good. It's a little lower, but honestly moving pretty well. Good. Those are upper back adjustments, moving the joints of the ribs. Most of the time when I get a cavitation or a pop on that, it's a rib joint. Turn your head this way. Hold a little easier on this side, it's a lot higher. And one more time, hold. Good, and relax. It's actually moving pretty smoothly. Good.
So like even lifting that arm to go around you, it bothered it.
Catches
in
it
the
where?
back. Yeah.
In the backside?
Mm-hmm.